Heller, AccuQuilts cutting expert, and I'm here with Erica, our corporate marketing specialist.
And we are here to show you what we've been whipping up and introduce you to the Go Oven Mitt die. Now, Pam and I, we are bursting with ideas for this new project die, and we can't wait to show you how easy it is to use.
That's right. We're both in love with this new die. I mean, who doesn't need an oven mitt or two or three, right? Plus, they're really fun and super easy to make.
That's right. We've been cooking up so many ideas for these. I think we should get started and take a look at the die.
All right. So here it is.
There we go.
It's on a 10 by 24 die board, so it will work in our Go Big, or Studio Cutter with the appropriate adapter. Don't forget, quilters, you're going to need a 10 by 24 cutting mat to cut the oven mitt shape.
That's right. And here we've got our finished oven mitt.
Okay, this is so cute.
Pam will model.
This is so cute.
All right, now each side of the oven mitt is 3 layers. We've got our outer layer, in this case it's our red floral.
Right.
Then we've got Insulbright lining, and this is a special lining, and that is going to keep your hand from getting burned, because that's the important part, right?
Right, it's heat resistance, and you can purchase it on our website.
That's right, because we want standard batting, you're just gonna get burnt, right?
Right.
And then of course we've got our lining. Okay, so the Insulbright is made of polyester fibers that are woven through a metallized polyester film that's going to, like you said, reflect the heat or cold back to the source. It's going to keep you from getting burned, and that's the whole idea.
Right. All right, so shall we get started?
We should.
All right, I'll move this out of the way.
So the first step is actually to rough cut 2 pieces of fabric, your outer fabric and a lining. I've just used plain white here.
Okay.
And your piece of Insulbright.
Right.
So we've gone ahead and we've got those 2. Now, you put it together a little differently, because what you want to do is make 2 little quilt sandwiches.
Okay.
Okay, and then cut it out on your die. So again, we've got our outer lining, we've got our Insulbright in there, and then we've got our inside lining.
Okay.
Now, you can pin them together or baste them together, and then you want to quilt them. Now, you don't have to do a ton of quilting on it.
No.
But you want enough so that your layers stick together. So I did some slanted lines, and I marked them with some painter's tape.
Okay.
And then just sewed those, and so now they're both ready to cut.
Excellent. Now, once both of those sandwiches are quilted, you can go ahead and cut out both sides of the oven mitt. Now, here's our pro tip. If you're using different fabrics for the outer layer and the lining, be sure to cut one piece of the outer fabric facing up and one with the outer fabric facing down, okay? And with the thumb here, right, this is a directional shape.
That's right. That's right. Now, our second pro tip is that you'll only want to cut one side at a time.
Correct.
That's only 3 layers, but remember, one of those is that insulated batting, and it's much thicker than cotton.
All right, Erica, shall we cut some?
Let's do. Okay, so let's do the first layer, and we're going to do the first layer with the right side up.
Okay.
And remember, we're going to have to do the next layer with the right side down. Let me get you a mat.
And we're going to use our Go Big today, but you could use your Go or even your Studio Cutter with the appropriate adapter.
All right, there you go.
Thank you, ma'am. And here is 1/2 of our oven mitt.
There you go.
Okay.
And now this one we're going to put right side down.
There we go.
Okay, so make sure we're all covered up.
Excellent.
That's great.
Okay, now here we've done the back.
Here we've
I
done
have
that.
a thread, Erica. Do you want
You've
to just
got a
hand
thread.
me my
I will.
scissors?
I will. Here,
I try not to really pull those, because then it pulls the quilting.
So here is what I want to show everybody.
Okay.
There is a blade on the die right here.
Yes.
And that cuts, it separates the thumb from the body. So once you sew it together, you don't have to go back and even make that clip yourself. Is that not the best?
Super, super slick.
All right, we are ready to put right sides together and go ahead and sew them. Now, because it's kind of awkward and we've got a couple of You know, we're kind of going around some curves. I'm
Right.
going to throw a couple pins on here.
Wouldn't be
It
sewing
wouldn't
without
be me.
pins.
It wouldn't be me without. Now, when I did this quilting, I just did kind of a diamond pattern. I did 2 inches across. I did my
Okay.
first line with some painter's tape,
Sure.
and then I just did them 2 inches apart.
Perfect.
So, I'm gonna go ahead and do a 1/4 inch seam allowance on this.
Okay.
And I suggest just doing a quick, you know, you may want to back up,
Oh,
do
a little back stitch
do a little
on
back
it.
stitch when you first get started, just
Yep.
because you're going to be turning it right side out, and it's going to help it stay all together. Okay.
Think about it.
So we did our standard 1/4 inch seam allowance.
I know, now we're going to have the big reveal.
Now we're
I
going to
love
have the
this.
big reveal. All right, I'm going to let you
Okay.
start revealing that, and I'm going to grab a strip die because we're going to make some binding.
Excellent.
We're going to do just a standard 2.5 inch strip for our binding around the bottom.
Okay.
So I just cut my strip at 3 inches. That way I've got just a 1/4 inch over on either side, just to get a nice clean strip.
Okay.
And I've got this on when you're done turning.
Okay, look at our little oven mitten. Look at how fun this little oven mitt is.
So fun.
So pretty.
Okay, so let's cut our 2.5 inch
yes,
binding
yeah, I
strip
have work
here.
to do
You
here.
have work to do.
And I do like the stripe, Erica. I think that's going to create such a fun.
It really does. And you know what I love about this fabric? They printed it so it looks like we made bias. We're going to fold it all down the middle, and I'm going to let Miss Pam have the iron in just a minute,
Okay.
because we're going to fold it all down and press it all down. Just press it wrong sides together, just like if we were making a quilt binding.
Oh, okay. This whole
Okay?
strip.
The whole strip.
Okay.
And then cut off like 5 inches
Okay.
to be your little loop.
Which is what you've already
Which
done
is what
here.
I've already done. But you don't want that raw edge. So let me show you what we're going to do here on this one.
Okay.
So for your loop, we're going to take this and we're going to press it in towards
Okay.
that.
So you're kind of like making bias
Yep.
tape.
And then we're going to go ahead, do the other. I'm going to let you get started.
Okay, am I doing right sides together, wrong sides together?
Yep, wrong sides together.
I love this color.
So while you do that, I've got my little piece, and I've got both of my edges turned in, so
Okay.
I've got a finished edge, and I'm just going to stitch this on the sewing machine.
Okay,
To
so you
keep it
don't have
together.
any raw edges
Right,
showing.
you just don't want your raw edges. And it's an oven mitt. It's got work to do in the kitchen, and chances are it's going to get washed.
Oh,
So
yes.
we just want it to hold together really well. And if you want to, you can go ahead and do stitch across the end. You're not going to see that, but you can go ahead and stitch down the other side too, so that both sides are matching
Sure.
if you want to. And I can get all my threads out of the way here. Perfect. All
Okay.
right. So you're all pressed.
I'm all pressed.
I've got my little loop made.
Okay.
Like I said, I just sewed both of them.
Oh, perfect.
Okay. So
Okay, I'm going to give you this back. And
thank
we'll
you.
Put it
We'll
over
get
there.
that out of the way because we're done with our ironing for now.
Okay.
So now we're going to go ahead and start sewing it together.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is take my loop and just fold it in half
Okay.
and put it in here. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. And I'm going to, yes, I'm going
I
to use a
know.
pin.
I knew
Just a
you
little
were.
pin. So now we're going to take our binding strip. We're not going to need all of this. And again, we don't want any raw edges,
Correct.
right? So let's just take this end and fold it inside.
Oh, okay.
Okay? And I'm just going to finger press that down.
Okay.
And we're just going to do this just like we were finishing a quilt.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm going to start it right over here with my binding,
Okay.
with my loop. and I'm going to repin it so that they're all together. I'm going to get it started.
Perfect.
Then I'm just going to sew around, and it's a curve, but it's not a bad curve. You do not have to make the bias binding for this one.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and sew that on.
Okay.
Now to make my life a little bit easier, I'm going to take this off so that I can slip it over
Excellent.
my sewing machine. So if anybody's ever wondered why,
Now, are you going to wait a little bit here so that you can tuck that other side in?
I'm going to just put it underneath.
Oh, perfect.
I'm just going to put it underneath. We're not going to
Okay.
we're not going to get too fancy on this.
Okay.
And I am just going to overlap it a little bit.
Okay.
And now I'm going to go ahead and backstitch here,
Okay.
right over the loop, so that it's good and secure. Pull it off. And now I'm just going to go right here and just clip it off.
Excellent.
Okay?
Okay.
Now, all I need to do is, and you know I like hand finishing things,
Yes.
so I'm just going to turn it inside, take a couple of whip stitches here, finish it, turn it all to the inside, and I'm ready to go.
That is super slick.
Isn't that slick?
I really, really like
And
that.
there we go.
Yeah, this is just amazing.
Isn't that fun? So we've gotten that all backstitched, it's all secure there, it's ready to go.
Now, I can totally see giving these gifts as like hostess
Yes,
gifts
yes.
or showers gifts.
Oh, we
And
have one over
we
here.
do.
Take a look at this. Jill got so excited, she put one together too.
So look at how fun
Look
this
at
is.
how fun.
It has the whisk and the wooden spoon and some muffin mix.
Yes.
So what a great hostess gift. And look, she added our new little go mitten die
Isn't that cute?
to the front of it.
Oh, you can really get creative with the applique shapes for all seasons. I think we need one with a gnome. What do you think?
Yes, I totally think we need one with a gnome. All
You
right.
can just make dozens of looks with this one great project die. Because here at AccuQuilt, we're going to help you cut time
So you can quote more.